Hi students, in this next section we're going to be working with translating verbal phrases into algebra. So we're going to be looking at words and making them into algebraic expressions. In this section there are some charts. I want you writing down these charts and everything you see in the charts. It says use the chart below to show how you can translate verbal phrases into algebra. This is so important because these verbal phrases you are going to see throughout your math career of their phrase and then what that means with the algebraic expression. So it's really key and important that you write this down so that you become familiar with the wording associated with algebraic expressions. So when we're working with addition problems, you will see something, for instance, like the sum of 6 and a number. In the examples, I'm just going to use x as my variable all the time. Go ahead and use x as well when you're writing algebraic expressions. So the sum of 6 and a number means we're adding 6 and a number. 8 more than a number would mean we have a number 8 more than the number, so x plus 8. A number plus 5 would be x plus 5. A number increased by 7 would be x plus 7. So these are all situations of addition. The next kind of verbal phrase is dealing with subtraction. Things you'll see with subtraction include the difference of 5 and a number. The difference of 5 and a number. Notice order as you are working with subtraction. So this would be 5 minus x. 4 less than a number. So we are subtracting 4 from the number because it's 4 less than x, 4 less than your number. 7 minus a number would be 7 minus x. A number decreased by 9 would be x minus 9. This next slide we continue with our chart, so please keep adding. Here we're working with multiplication, so verbal phrases for multiplication, you might see the product. Product is a key word for multiplication. The product of 9 and a number, that could be written as 9x. 10 times a number, times is a key word for multiplication, so that would be 10x. A number multiplied by 3 would be 3x. So these are all situations of multiplication. The last operation, as you know, is division. So two keywords you'll notice with algebraic expressions with division is the quotient. Quotient means division. The quotient of a number and 4 could be x divided by 4. 7 divided by a number would be 7 divided by x. Notice this key little phrase down here. It says order is important for subtraction and division, but not addition and multiplication. So the way verbal phrases are worded for subtraction and division, it's important on how you write it based on how it's saying. So an example here says 4 less than a number. That would be written as x minus 4 because 4 less than a number, not 4 minus x. This situation here, this 4 minus x would be x less than 4. So let's do some examples here, working with verbal phrases and turning them into algebraic expressions. It says translate the phrase into an algebraic expression. Please make sure you're writing the question down along with A, B, and C in the answers. So we have 3 more than the quantity of 5 times a number n. Here they're wanting you to use n as your variable. So 3 more than. We're adding here. So 3 more than the quantity. When we see quantity, that means grouping, parentheses, or brackets. So that would be parentheses 5 times the number n. So 5 times n. That would be my expression, or my algebraic expression, I should say, for A. Another way you could write it too would be 3 plus 5n. I would accept that. But it is, since we do have quantity, we could put the brackets in or parentheses for that. Next situation here, it says 2 less than the sum of 6 and a number m. So m's our variable. Notice we're working with subtraction. It says 2 less than the sum. Well, this is similar to what we saw in the previous slide. So 2 less than, so that would be minus 2. In the rest of the situation, the sum of 6 and a number m, that would be the sum of 6 and the number m. We're adding 6 plus m, subtracting that from 2. This is 2 less than the sum of 6 and the number m. Last one says a number x decreased by the sum of 10 and the square of a number y. So the number x decreased, that means we're subtracting. So x is decreased by the sum, we're adding, sum of 10 and the square of a number y. So in parentheses, we will put 10, sum would be plus, the square of a number y. So that would be y squared. And this algebraic expression represents the verbal phrase.